Hey there, and welcome back to Monster Train 2. It's been a while, a little over 4 months by my count, and yeah, it's been the time, for sure, for sure. The real sad thing about this is once my winter break hit, I actually had a very strong I wanted to record and then immediately got bronchitis. And I still have not completely gotten over bronchitis, so that's unfortunate. That means if I do mute myself suddenly, it's probably because I'm coughing up a lung and I don't want you to hear. Anyway, there's a whole DLC that came out and all sorts of stuff. And so many more diligent content creators than I who don't, I guess, have 50-hour-a-week jobs are able to have covered all of the details. We got all sorts of new stuff, right? There's a whole, like, a second page in the logbook. Oh god, I sometimes forget how barren my logbook on this profile is. So the main profile I play on is actually on a Switch too, and unfortunately that one is much further along. Oh, poor Umbra and Melting are level 1. Anyway, we have Wormkin, we have Railforged. Railforged is Herschel. It's very exciting. Hef is a champion as well. Wormkin's back. They're awesome as ever. As well, at least from research, I have not been able to actually play them until now, so that's very exciting. I wish to play one of them. I don't want to play them together because I feel like everyone does that, and that just feels cheeky, and I'm not really interested in it. So I'm probably going to play Wormkin because I've missed them. Ooh, should I play Railforged? It's my first episode back. Let's do Railforged. I think that makes sense. Anyway, there's a whole business going on. There's a whole other place you can go. Soul Savior mode. I'm actually extremely interested. Oh god, this is the first time I'm going here, so I'm getting story. Something's talking to Herschel. Oh god, what's going on? I didn't expect lore. Hold up. Malika is talking to us. The sound of your reckoning. Uh-huh. She came back. We couldn't hold her there forever, right? The lore here is it is the Life Mother, which is, I guess we've killed all of the Titans at this point, the original ones. She's the Life Mother. We've killed the father in the first game, and then the child is the Pyre. So, what's she talking about? Herschel looks kind of cool, actually. I don't know what I expected, but he looks cooler than I thought he would. He kind of looks like a wizard, right? He's got the big book and everything, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to read all this. Oh, apparently the train is being attacked. Oh, God. Why did I click the button? Alert all outpost soldiers to safety. Where are you? Everyone's getting attacked and run towards the shaking. All right, there's apparently stuff happening. We do get the cool art, though. All right. I'm sorry. I should have clicked through this before, and I don't want to just blitz through it. Apparently, this is when we discovered the Soul Stream. Yep, all right. I actually know all this stuff already because people have been talking about it in my Discord server, and I was far too excited to just not be spoiled. So here we are. Soul Stream, thousands of souls. Things are going bad. It's the end times. Mother is back. Oh, God, not mom. It's not actually, it's like his mom, not so grandma, life mother, a divinity, one of the three that created heaven and hell. Right, the father. See, they're explaining the things that I actually already told you. Look at that. We know what's going on. The other armies are already spread thin. They'll have to come up. So this is when they're like, oh, we're going to build Railforged, basically. Let's get the building. And then apparently we just montage through, like, I guess, 2+ weeks in game. They spend 2 weeks and they build everything. Incredible work, team. We're ready. Suddenly we have an army. Go, guys. All right, cool. Anyway, the important thing here is there are souls that are very exciting. I have nothing unlocked. Go, team. I have just Gassed Bud unlocked. Incredible. This is going to be a nightmare. This is going to be a whole thing. I really like this. I've heard a lot of really good things. I've seen a lot of really cool stuff, and it goes unhinged. It goes really hard, which I actually think is awesome. So, assuming I can keep up some measure of a cadence here, I'd like to record some of this mode, right? I think this mode is very interesting to me. They apparently, I mean, at least from what I've seen, they put all of the effort into making the mode good, and then they just don't have like a logbook or any kind of like ancillary support. There's no cosmetics right now at all, no card backs from the The new mode, nothing. So, I hope they add that stuff. But the actual core gameplay is awesome. So, there's that. There's certainly an unlock mechanism. You can go up to like rank 3, I think it is, of all of these. There's tons of them. You unlock them by doing stuff. There's things you have to do. Many of them are play the mode. So, yeah, fair enough. I'm not going to get too terribly into it though. Yes, I think that's enough for that. We're going to play a normal run because it's what I'm probably more familiar with right now. And I'm going to play Railforged. And that's going to be fun. And we're going to do it. And even with that, I have so many things I could talk to you guys about. It's been 4 months. There's so much that's happened. And, the world has continued being the world, which is both good and bad. But anyway, cool. So we have Herschel. We're going to play with him. He's got Smith, Forge 2. So Forge creates a Forge point. I'm sure many of you already figured this out. This is not new for any of you. This is probably newer for me. But anyway, it creates something that you can then spend later by toggling it on or off. I believe it is +3/+3, so 3 attack, 3 armor is the way they do it. And then this thing also does armor 2 to the front friendly unit. Very cool. Great, and we're just going to random the other one. I am going to, I don't know, pick random MT2. Part of the problem is I don't actually have high unlock ranks on any of the other Monster Train 1 clans right now, which means that most of their best cards are hidden from me, and it's going to just make things hard. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to keep MT2 just so I'm hitting these level 10s and I have the entire card, selections unlocked, and we'll see what we hit into. So, fair enough. Alright, if you're still subscribed to this channel, obscene. I don't actually know what you're doing. Because I guess it doesn't hurt to keep subscribed and just be like, hey, maybe this person comes off the death's door or whatever at some point and actually puts up a video. So great, thank you for being here, honestly. I feel like I'm kind of squandering the viewership I have by just not being present, but unfortunately it's been difficult to find the time. I mentioned briefly I'm doing 50-hour weeks. I'll talk more about it later, but it's basically just like a non-stop. The government is insane in many ways, and I'm not going to get into it. Anyway, so if you're subscribed, thank God. Great work. Go team. If you're not, cool. Maybe do that, I guess, if you want to see 1 or 2 videos. I don't know what my cadence is going to be, and I'm going to try to do my best. But here we are. We're at least getting over the hump and making a video, so incredible. Anyway, let's play some Monster Train 2. Incredible. Clicking the button. Alright, who'd we get? Alright, let's see. Incredible. We have... Alright, Railforged. We ended up with... I'll just go through it. We're fighting... Let's see. I had a whole song and dance I did at the start of these. It's been 4 months. I'm super out of it, so we're kind of just winging it. I don't even have my little notepad document open that reminds me of what to say. But anyway, I'm going to walk through this, and then we're going to figure it out. So hope you're all having a great day. I know I do ask that, so that's incredible. And I guess that's what we'll start with. We're fighting Dominion Seraph. We have Flesh Weaver Mormass. This is the spicy one. I haven't even made that much content since Flesh Weaver came out, but that's a thing. He is a big meat bag that gets weaker the more you hit him, but spawns little dudes that pop off of him when you hit him. Mormass is the more dangerous one, I think. This is the most dangerous one, in my opinion. It results in him having a 31 attack on turn 1, which is crazy. Insta-kill the train steward, a shield steward, with no buffs. So you have to pick up something or be super durable somehow. Or chump block, right? So you gotta have options. Very important. And then we have Vampiric Kale. Cool. Pyre's Greed, which is always good. We like to see it. Vengeful Shards are nice for that. Spike Driver Spider. It's kind of a weird one-space unit. This is your Spike Driver colony from Monster Train 1. It has Burst, which lets you attack multiple times, but when they attack extra times, the burst goes away. So it's really not that great. It's good, but it's not very good, right? I kind of wish it was a buff and not a green buff instead of a status effect. So it could be propagated or dualismed or something. This feels kind of depressing otherwise. I think Spike Driver Spider is a bit of a letdown, generally. It can work really well with Endless or something like that. It is small, refreshable, there's some value to it, but it's meh. I don't love it. Anyway, we also got Divinity and Sword Maiden. So Sword Maiden is kind of interesting. We have a clan that generates forge points, which can generate value on equipment. So there's some value there for sure. It's a fine start. I think we're not really afraid of Ring 1. Let's see. Horde says, tuning gear. Friendly units enter with Burst 1. That's a pretty good artifact for pretty much everything. Great in the early game. I do like Capricious Reflection a lot. I'm going to click it at this stage of the game. I think that's great. I think I win Ring 1, no problem at all. We have Enduring Steel Herschel, which is basically permanent forge points. This is going to be slow and it's very risky into Flesh Weaver. Not a huge fan of that. Pyre Smith is also kind of slow, but at least it does provide some immediate value, and it boosts the Pyre, which I appreciate. So let's try Pyre Smith here. I think that's fine. Enduring Steel is going to be weird. We don't have great buff sources here, and the forge points, like, we have not much that we want to play late. What am I going to do? Permabuff a Spike Driver Spider? This just doesn't feel particularly compelling. So we'll take Pyre Smith and move on from here. Great news. We should win Ring 1, no problem. This is Pyre Dampener. There's nothing that I have to play. This basically prevents Divinity from working, which is not great. I do like Divinity. I can bounce the Vengeful Shards because Fear is Greed. Divinity is a good play here for sure. We have no equipment, so Sword Maiden is kind of rough. It's tough. Do I win this without eating dirt? Maybe. I definitely eat some dirt here because I can't play the divinities, which are my power plays here. And I don't have good vectors for forge points, and we're slow. I actually think we turn this off. It's a bummer because it makes my Ring 2 so bad. I'm going to keep it on, and we're just going to eat a little dirt. I don't think I die here, which is... Oh yeah, here's Forge Point tutorials. This is the first time I'm playing on this particular mode. Here's the toggle in case you don't know what's happening. You click it. It's basically where the Horde would go on Pyreborn. So I do think we just play bottom top here. Great, we do our best. Okay, fine. All right, our goal is Smith actually better than Inspire? You only get one use of his ability here, so I should probably save it. The thing about Smith is I could make a powerful Spear Steward, but it's not going to be that powerful, right? Yeah. It's not going to be that powerful, actually. So I don't know. It's a tough one. I mean, Inspire is not that exciting either way. I'm going to take the Smiths here, and then we'll bounce the Shard. I think this is acceptable. Cool. All right, so this is... There's one argument. It's either this floor that I'm hitting with the Herschel's effect, right? Because there's no way you can't really get two uses here. Right? 3 waves remaining, and then the next wave is immediately the boss. So it's like, what? Wave 1, it would be 5. It would be turn 5. So you only get, yeah, 1 use of Herschel per combat. So the question is, do I want it on this floor bottom? This saves some bounce for sure. Or do I want to hit the boss with it? And I think we actually want to hit this floor because it'll improve our draw coming forward. So we're going to blast here. Oh, wow. It attacked the spikes, so I got the proc. How crazy. All right, so the play here then is we'll take Inspire up top. Do I actually drop the burst here? Maybe. I kind of want it for Relentless is the problem. He comes down. If I do this, what is it, 13 by 3? We do get the kill on this guy, but I hurt myself coming into the boss a little bit. Interesting. Let's hold off, right? Let's hold. Bounce that shard. Okay, fine. Did I do the math wrong? There's a 3rd wave. Man, it's been a while since I've played, huh? Alright, so that's a mistake on my part. I'm going to go ahead and keep Smith rolling here. Can I get up to 14? No. So we'll keep Smith rolling, and this should be fine. We'll bounce that guy in the back, sure. Maybe if I used it on turn 1, I actually could have made this work. right? Is the math check out? Or if I'd used it on turn 1, would I have it on Relentless here? Interesting. I actually think I might have, right? Okay. Okay, that's good. Let's see. If I drop this, do I win 44? Spike Driver is going to be better use for it, so let's hold off and take the Inspire upstairs instead. We'll draw into the last one coming up. Should be fine. Now, what I think should happen is I think we go... Because of this draw order, I have to play a Spike Driver right now. So we take Smith, and then I go Forge points. Now, he's going to have... How much armor is this? 12 by 3, so 36 armor. So I think we play him in the middle here, and that locks us in. We super win the combat from here. Sure. Cool. This should be good. We've saved a multi-strike here. Yeah, we win the combat. Excellent work. It's closer than I think anyone wanted. I am going to bounce the Fira's Greed here just to get more money. We like to see it. Very cool. It could have been a lot worse, but we did win this. That's what matters. And more importantly, Herschel lived, which means we got the buff on our Pyre, which is actually super important, and I didn't talk about it, but you know, fair enough. Weldling is an incredible card, so this is a card that applies armor equal to half his attack. He rolled a Strength Stone, which is high value here. Bonk with Intrinsic is pretty cool, and we also have a Spike Driver Colony with a Strength Stone. Taking the Weldling for sure here. We get Holdover Cleave? Wow. Alright, that's very exciting. I mean, it's hard to skip this even if it gives me the Ember. Selfless Sacrifice here is pretty decent. I'm going to take the Cleave 10 times out of 10. It's fine. We are going to look for a Railforged banner, I think. We've got a lot of cash here. Magic Shop is good, right? We hit the Cleave -1 would be pretty solid here. Yeah, I think I'm going to go this Steel Shop, though, especially with the Magic Shop coming up on Ring 3, so let's do it. We get a Large Stone. Endless is interesting. Valor 8. What does Large Stone do for me? Anything I care about? No. It might just be another Strength Stone on Weldling. I mean, 34 means he's applying 17 armor, and it's a very easy way to make it work. Dualism doesn't work on him because of the way it's worded. There's no number to double, so... The plus 14 is just the best. We'll look at the banner real quick. Interesting. We got a multi-strike Salvage Machine. Now, Salvage Machine is excellent. I like this card a lot because it adds a scrap metal to your hand. What is scrap metal? Basically, it is a thing that can be smelted for 3 value, right? It's a blight that hangs out in your hand. This is a cool one because, well, there's a lot of good things about it, I think. It just kind of hangs out. You can smelt it for value when you need it, but also he harvests for Forge, which means when you kill things on his floor, he's strong. So that's cool. I could also just give him a Large Stone and he maybe hangs out and punches some stuff, which is kind of cool. We need to be thinking a little bit about how I don't die to Flesh Weaver here, so I would like something on turn 1 that prevents it. Sword Maiden is not looking great here, but could be worse. We do have a plus 20 Conductor Steward, which has Train Whistle, which is kind of cool as well. This is a nice one. There's a lot of good options here. I'm not sure what we're looking for yet. I like the Large Stone Salvage Machine play. There's definitely going to be something here. We can just pay for that, and then the multi-strike is value. I'm going to go for it because it immediately makes this Large Stone feel good, right? This suddenly becomes much better than Sword Maiden for my floor. I'm harvesting. I have a multi-strike source, which means I can put equipment that's boosted later. Salvage Machine has a good harvest ability. We could maybe find synergy for the scrap metal. Yeah, okay, we're going to do this. I realize it's not Titanite, and he's not a good tank usually, but it's fine. We're going to go ahead and toss. And this is Dominion Seraph, which means we need to have armor to protect your Weldling, or he's just going to perish. We can solve this in a few ways. Something to think about. I could give him a plus 20 instead. I don't think that really solves the problem. I'm going to go ahead and take the Weldling plus 14 here. Now, as far as other upgrades here, what do I need? If I re-rolled, what do I buy? Not much, actually, right? I could just throw $15 at Sword Maiden, and it keeps her alive and makes her more functional for some later parts of this early game. So I think I am going to do that. Yeah. I think that's a good idea. We'll just buy this 15. It's good $15. I'll get it back on Fear's Greed. We'll feel good about it. Okay. Sure, seems decent. We'll move on here. I'm not re-rolling that. There is no multi-strike I'd like to hit. I could look for a dualism on Sword Maiden. Does that do anything for me? I don't think so. I mean, it's like a number, but she's not going to be a good tank without the Titanite. I think we move on. I don't have a good tank situation yet. I can build one. Arc of Invasion. We have a... This works out well because if we bounce it, it's money. But also I have a multi-strike out the gate, which is cool. So we do multi-strike here, Herschel in the back. I play the Sword Maiden middle, and that's fine. I think I will put the Shield Steward down on middle as well. We'll put the other guy on bottom, and that's fine. Great. Some hits coming out. All good. Now, I may as well just click the Salvage Machine ability and have it hang out. Right? I don't think I really can do much with it. I can bounce one. Now, Herschel, I have a strong inclination towards the divinity upstairs here. It is going to be refreshing health on the salvage machine that I think is valuable. And I think I just sack a spike driver here to save a little bit of health, and that's okay. You could have put it in the back, but I want that space available for the later one. So, okay, fine. It's scrap metal. It's a doesn't do anything useful, but also the harvest provides immediate value, which is nice. All right, cool. We do hit... Man, really? Am I interested? I could just... The $50 is high value here. It really is. I hate to use Herschel's ability on this, but I think I do want to. Yeah, I think I do. We're going to go ahead and then do Smith, Inspire, and I'm going to put a Shield Spear Steward downstairs. This is not the vector for my bounce, of course, the shard. It's not my vector for the forge points. We already have a good scaling on the forge points here. Yeah, so this is going to be it, right? We want to do Smith, Toggle... I forgot about Weldling. He's well worth the play here. I think we'll put him in the middle on this one so that he tanks for Herschel. And that looks quite solid. We're clearing all the scary guys, getting the harvest value. We are getting value out of Shield Maiden, by the way, which is good. We do loot. What happens if I have two of these guys in hand? Does it do anything? Oh no, it just adds another one to hand. Interesting. Cleave is solid. It prevents some incoming damage here, which is good. There's no reason not to click it, right? I think we just click that, and then we get a little bit of health, and that's fine. We're going to bounce this. I mean, I think it's correct here to play Inspire over the other options. Yeah, sure. As long as Herschel doesn't perish, I think we're fine. Yeah, we do hit the spike driver here, which is great. Which does immediately mean I probably want to cleave middle so that she gets to swing just a little more. Then we can do Smith upstairs, or we'll do a bottom floor. Yeah, it gets a little better. And we get to play out the spike driver here and push some numbers, and that's just fine. Cool. We're looking good into early game. I need to answer late game, and that is going to be fine. I get to burn out the calcified ember, which is fantastic. Herschel is alive. Amazing. Cool. We're outies. Good. Yeah, the salvage machine is one of my favorite units in the clan. I'm a big fan of it in general. Cool. Multi-strike. I mean, boilerplate is certainly, I think, the play. The thing about it is, if I keep Sword Maiden alive, she's kind of like a weapons cache, and I can use that to pull out a boilerplate real quick. The problem, of course, is you want to have forge points on this. I think this is the pickup anyway. Let's be clear, I think it is. Large Stone Weldling, he's not bad, actually. Multi-strike Spike Driver, it's the boilerplate, I think. I need a defense, I need to think about it. Rising Rage with a Consume is interesting. I actually really like the -2 Consume Divinity here. A 1 Ember for 10 Valor is a very strong play. It's just a really good card. Upbeat Warbler, I don't think so. Rising Rage is the question mark, but I think we have enough 1-spacers that I'm trying to slot into this floor that are non-banners, especially the Weldling. I'm going to take Divinity here. I don't really need more, but it's a 1 for 10 that's just really solid. Arm Shop could be strong, right? Certainly could be strong. Comes with some Pyre Remains, which I'll take. Or a Banished banner. I don't know what they could show me that I'd be excited about here. Let's look at the logbook real quick. Let's see. Banished unit. Alright, what do we get? Pretty much everything here is... that's a banner anyway, is not interesting. I have something unknown? What have I not seen in Banished? What is this? It's probably one of the rares, right? Let me see. I have Host Guard. I have Divine. It's the other dancer. Okay, so I don't actually think I want any of these units. There's, of course, I think the best one here is Avenger or Firebrand, which I might grab just because they're fun. The Magic Shop is, I think, a better pickup, though, right? I would like to get an intrinsic cleave would be really good. I could make some of the other cards a little more playable. I don't have great holdover potential. I mean, I already have the holdover I want, right? -2 consumes make a divinity better. I think there's actually a lot of pickups on the Magic side that just improve my deck quality a lot, so I'm going to take that. And I have the cash for this, so that's fine. -2 consume. Yeah, I mean, we have good pickups here. Let's look at the Banished banner and see what we get. Sword Maiden, Fledgling. These are both not good. Sword Maiden with Endless is kind of cheeky. You could use it to draw equipment, and then I could just sort of have that be a thing. I don't think it's correct, though. We will take the cash here. Unfortunate. No Firebrand or Avenger, which I would have grabbed. Permafrost. Good thought. I think a -2 consume into Divinity is for sure the pickup. It makes it much more accessible. 20 in consume, no thanks. Pyre Stone on Cleave is a genuine consideration, right? 2 Ember every turn for this. It's still strong, but it's a big heal. Adds up. That's a lot of health. This is also going to be a good answer for Dominion's backlines, right? We can cleave with something large on a lower floor, which might actually just be my salvage machine. I'd really love to have gotten Large Stone plus Titanite on him, but I'm actually just fine with the multi-strike. Well, the thing is we'll have to make sure he doesn't die, and it's probably going to come from Weldling, right? Weldling with this boilerplate loaded on it. Yeah. Okay, that's fair. We might want a weapons cache, right? Because when you play the Weldling, it'd be nice to draw the boilerplate at the exact same time. So arm shops are high value for me going forward. Something to consider. We don't have one lining up until ring 6, but I'll keep my mind on it. Permafrost is, got buffed since the last time I played, I think, which is cool. Played on video, anyway. I mean, I've played since. I don't know if this actually does anything for me here. A -1 is cool. I could just put the Holy Stone on a Divinity and take 3 Ember every time. I think there's a strong argument that I want to look for Intrinsic on the Cleave for specifically Dominion, but elsewhere as well. It is going to be my backline solution. So I think we take the Holy Stone because it's kind of silly not to take it, and we'll do that, and then we re-roll on this. We do hit the Intrinsic, which is big. We hit a Spell Chain as well. I don't know what the play on that is. I'm going to go ahead and Intrinsic the Cleave. This is a really good pickup. Answers a lot of problems. Great. It's probably just a -1 here on something. Right? I think that's fine. I can't afford the Spell Chain. I could buy a removal. I want to keep Divinity at 3 cost here just so that I get a little more value out of it. I'm going to reduce Smith. I think this card is more valuable given the state of my deck as opposed to Inspire. I think we've done enough. Let's look at the Alcove. What do we hit? Bone Dog. Bone Dog plus Celebrate Herschel is interesting. It's a lot of Pyre health. He doesn't really fit on my floor that wins. Can I play lower? Maybe. And then have him upstairs, I guess. Possibly. An interesting thought. I think this works. There's no real argument for me playing top floor other than trying to time out Herschel's spell and cooldown. Which I think if we play top, we get 2 in Fleshweaver, which is an idea. I'll take Bone Dog. I can see value here, right? Let's see, 25%. I'm getting health from Herschel. This is worth, like, at least 20-something. So Bone Dog is better if I can proc him 3 times. Right? That is the point of order here. If I can proc Bone Dog 3 times, he's superior to the pendant. If I can't, he's worse than it. Can I get him 3 times? Let's see, if I roll Kel on ring 4, he's dead. Whoops. I can maybe play higher or lower on the other floors. I think I can get Bone Dog a couple more times. Plus, he actually can take forge points, which is amusing, so we'll take it. That's interesting. We'll see. Yeah, Titan Trial, of course. My guy has a bazillion health. He has 31, right? I think that's the number. I guess we don't get to find out. So I think the angle here is I'm probably doing Salvage Machine downstairs, right? And then I'm going to do Herschel, and then we're Sword Maiden on middle. Which does boilerplate out, but I don't have to do anything with it. And then we're going to bait on upstairs, and then Shield Steward middle, and this will be fine. Okay, we don't play the boilerplate. Yeah, he's 31s. Great. I had a feeling. Now, here on bottom floor, with the waves remaining, I think we send the bottom floor to the Shadow Realm here, and just blast it. The Fleshlings have 7/7, right? Yes. Okay, so I think the angle is... I don't really need to click Salvage Machine's ability. I am going to click Herschel here, and we're just going to blow up bottom floor. It is high value. And then I can cleave this out, and we clear the backline guy as well. Good. This also is nice because we get harvests immediately. If I play this out, I do 7/3, which does mean the Spike Driver upstairs immediately does work, right? He goes 7, proc, 7, and then 7. Yes. And I can get some Valor out here, I think, which we'll take, sure. We bounce the shard, of course. Great, the math checks out. Good. The nice thing about this is it's immediately taking away value off of the boss, which I think is critical. Divinity is getting played for sure. This also boosts the cleave potential, which I really appreciate. Which gives me immediate forge points as well. Now, unfortunately, he's got 7 health upstairs. So, how do I solve that? The answer is Bone Dog. Bone Dog chilling upstairs with some forge points cleans this up. Wonderful. Here's some more Inspire value. We are killing everything downstairs. It's a lot of damage coming in, but we'll offset it, I think. Okay. We make it through. I think that's okay. All right, we do get the Smith play here. Mid-floor is looking okay. We're going to go ahead and Smith on... We definitely cleave bottom here for sure. And then I think we're doing 5 forge points into Weldling here to get the numbers raised. A little early. I don't love it, but I am going to do it, I think. Herschel might not make it. Kind of the challenge. I could have maybe played Sword Maiden on that and made a different play out of it. I don't know. Something I can think about. I mean, if I hit the boss enough times, I think we do hurt its ability to cause me any problems here. We got a cleave downstairs. There's just no way around it. Gives me some forge points immediately, which I can then spend, which I appreciate. If I can keep Bone Dog alive, it is high value. True. Let's see. Bone Dog, can you live, my man? Play out the Spike Driver colony. Without the forge points, I can just have him tank, and that's actually just as effective here, I think. So just face tank, and then we get some procs. The nice thing about this is it means that we are reducing Fleshweaver's stats considerably. He's got 8 stacks left. We're popping at least one of them here. Boilerplate on Weldling right now is high value, so I think we are going to do it. Yes, the main reason for it is you get some forge points in, but you also get the extra armor generated, which is worthwhile. Yes, alright, cool. We get Divinity pickup, which I think is well worth it. I'm going to go ahead and hit the Cleave here, which I think is also well worth it. We're able to proc a lot here. This does put us into Relentless next turn. But we are hitting the boss enough that I think we might have a mathematical chance of it. I think we get this by just clicking Cleave here, right? Yeah, buddy. All right, nice. Okay, so we actually keep Herschel alive. Yeah, Weldling doing huge work here. And cool. Now, there is an argument, for the record, of space coming up. I'm going to bounce. The Vengeful Shard money is good. None of the rest of this stuff really matters. Fine, great. Take my $1. We're good. Thanks, Bone Dog. You're doing good work. Okay, I need to think a little bit about what the buff here is. So Bone Dog really popping off immediately. Excellent work, team. Railforged Spike with Spell Chain. A Pyre Shot is going to be just pure value, I think. Cursed Twin Blade. Decent merge on Boilerplate, I guess, kind of. I'll take the Pyre Shot. It has a -1 on it, and it's immediate synergy with what I'm doing with Herschel. So, okay, fair enough. I think that's fine. Forge Steward is not a bad pickup here. This is just Forge guy. He's got some health. That's cool. I don't need another salvage machine. Demonic Fledgling, no thanks. I mean, the Forge Steward is the pickup. I'll get value out of it. Now, here's the challenge. What is the boss buff I take? My deployment ember is relatively low, right? I'm looking at what, 1, 2, 3, maybe? So ember costs are pretty low. I've managed to reduce ember costs elsewhere in the run. It's obviously useful to have ember, but I don't think it's critical right now. We can think about it. Space is a real consideration, because then you can jam Herschel and Bone Dog on the floor, and potentially we could end up later duping the Weldling or finding a better tank, like possibly Titanite on this Forge Steward, something like that. Now, of course, Forge Steward is unfortunately a 3-space lad, which does result in some problems. 1, 2... I mean, there's really no reason to keep Herschel on the floor if I can keep him alive elsewhere, which is a challenge later, but is not super relevant right now, because I can just stick him on top floor and he'll blast things, and I can put other stuff in the space there and use Salvage Machine more aggressively. Space is a strong argument here. We could also, of course, then better protect Bone Dog, guarantee more value. We could potentially get another Weldling in the floor. I think there's a really good argument for space here. Of course, draw is also universally good. I'm interested in what you all think about this. This is something I think... This is a decision that is going to make a lot of impact on the rest of the run, and could be something I make a mistake on here. There's a strategic layer. I'm not as familiar with this clan, have not played it. So with that in mind, I basically just have an idea of what the cards do, because I've seen all the pretty pictures, and I've watched enough people run, and I've seen enough of the content itself. But actually making the decisions myself, I haven't really done. So I think space is the play. I'm going to go on it. It could have been draw there. I don't think it's Ember here. Now, the next question, I don't have a lot of cash, but I could take money and go Trinket Shop. There's value in that. Event, possibly. Pyre Remains is solid. Get full value out of it. In fact, it almost tops it off. I could look at another banner. I could imagine there's stuff I haven't seen yet that... I don't have this unlocked yet. Let's look. Railforged unit. There's so many things I don't know. I Conductor Steward could be really cool here. Picking up another one of those. I already saw that guy. The Steel Shop, however, what is the Steel Shop? I mean, a Titanite can be taken. Okay. What else? Anything? Health on Bone Dog? I don't actually know, right? We're kind of in, to some extent, where we're going to be relying on, what, Pyre Shot plus Cleave to clear most waves, which should work, actually. Interesting. Some artifacts we could see that matter. There's, of course, Alcove. What overstacks could it show me? I mean, Salvage Machine could get, what, Flight or something? We could get some kind of tank, like Rage mechanic on him, Savagery Heart or something. I mean, maybe it is this trinket shop, actually. I don't know about the banner situation. It's pretty much like Conductor Steward would be a good pickup, of course. But we don't do a ton of damage. It's not bad, right? Something. I don't know. I think there's a steel shop angle where this matters, I think. I'm going to go to the steel shop here. I feel like there's more consistent value, whereas there's more high rolly potential on the other side. I think that's accurate. It's a tough call. It's a tough call, though. Yeah, let's look at the steel shop while we're here. I think this works. We're going to take a bunch of health. That's fine. It's a really nice amount of health here. Titanite is found, which is good. Forge Steward. This guy is quite beefy right now. He's almost an optimal tank for my floor, which is awesome. He has a much better frontline trigger with the Revenge. I'm going to do that for sure. He only has 40 health, which is, yeah, let's be clear, that's worse than you would expect for a 3-space guy. But oh, he has 25 armor, though, so he actually has 65 health, so I don't feel as bad about that. What do I re-roll for? Anything? It's like a plus 20 on Bone Dog, I guess. I could give him a plus 15. Right? Give him up here 22 damage. It's not bad. There's no real reason not to. We could put some more Sword Maiden value out just so she lives. I don't have any problem spending like 15 gold on something because of the way Fear's Greed works. But is there a reroll that matters here? It would just be the plus 20, I think. Is Bone Dog worth it? Probably. Look at the banner real quick. What do we get? A multi-strike Forge Steward or another multi-strike Salvage Machine. Interesting. I don't know if I need these guys. I already have better ones right now. True. Although Tiny Salvage Machine is value. We're looking at what? 1, 2. It's a pretty cheap clan, right? You know, if Forge Steward were in another clan, you'd think he'd be like 2 space or something. Or 2 Ember or something. But he's only 1. 1, 2, 3. That's it? Really? Guess we're okay. I don't really need to take these guys, I don't think. You could grab something for funsies, but I think we just skip it. I mean, I could replace Sword Maiden, to be clear. Certainly an option. Second Salvage Machine might be better than Sword Maiden, if I'm being real. It's an interesting point. Just absolutely chew enemies up. You know, I actually think it is. I actually think it just is. Now, I want to keep him tiny, is the thing. That's what makes him valuable here. Do I re-roll for Bone Dog support? If it's Kel, it's worth it. So I'm going to spin this here, and we're going to buy a plus 20 on your boy. There it is. Bone Dog, I want you to live. Burst 2. It's like multi-strike, but worse. But it is funny. I'll put it on Sword Maiden. It's, what, $20? Sure. There you go, bud. Have fun. She can get played later or something. We are going to go in on Pyresmith, go a little more. Cooldown 4 makes this a lot more accessible. Very exciting. Alright, cool. We're going to be on the lookout for a card called Magnetic Relay. It's important. Mark of Invasion. I think we can take this. This will force our hand a little bit, but it should be okay. I'm not really afraid of them. Now, Corrin, of course, encourages a lower floor setup, but I think we'll actually be fine playing into top. I want to do Forge Steward for sure. Tanking. I want to do Herschel upstairs. I don't actually need Herschel upstairs. It's an interesting question. I guess I should, right? There's no reason not to. We could do this. Then I can play Salvage Machine on this floor, right? He's tiny. There's a reason I did this. Then we can play Big Machine middle and Sword Maiden behind, and we don't play the boilerplate, and we clear all of the invasion trial. Yeah. Now we did roll pretty well on this start, so I'm looking for smelt, by the way. If I see a smelt card, I should really grab that. I have double scrap harvest that I'm just not using right now, so that's exciting. Let's see. Pyre shot is high value. Divinity is also high value immediately on Forged Steward, but I can't afford it because Cleave is too important. Cleave middle is pretty good, right? We can Pyre shot downstairs and make... That's a huge amount of damage. I should click that. Yeah, it's going to be Pyre shot downstairs, and then... I'm going to let these guys hit upstairs. I don't mind this extra bit because it's going to be a lot of forge points, but I will cleave middle to save some health. Sure, seems decent. Could take the Herschel play, but I'm not going to. I want to get punched upstairs for the forge points. It's a lot of forge points. Okay, we shoot on middle. Doesn't really matter that much, but I am going to do it. Sure. I'll play Inspire upstairs. I think getting some armor from this is valuable. I'm going to just sack a Shield Steward downstairs, not using the Forge points. I have no reason to click Salvage Machine right now, so we're not going to click Salvage Machine right now, and that's fine. Look, her burst did something. Look, Shield Steward downstairs gets me money. Although I think the play here is we click Herschel, we blast middle here. Decent. I'm going to go ahead and cleave bottom for cash. Amazing. I'm going to play the Shield Steward to tank this round. And I'm going to smith upstairs. Okay, fine. This looks good so far. Now, obviously, there's a world where I'd really like to keep Bone Dog alive. How is this a Bone Dog pickup? Is it Bone Dog upstairs, or is it Weldling? I think we don't win this combat without Weldling played, right? So I think we're going to do that. Yeah, let's just be clear. I don't think we win this combat without Weldling in play. So I think we are going to have to do that there. So Bone Dog, how do you live, Bone Dog? I don't know. Bone Dog doesn't carry this floor. I could have maybe not played the Salvage Machine for Bone Dog, but I've gotten a lot of value out of it. It's hard to say. Now, so Divinity I'd like to play, but Cleave and Weldling are too important to hold on to, I think. So, with that in mind, I think we just Cleave middle because it does literally anything. Hold on to it. And then I think this is Forge points into Weldling, and it's just 2 mission critical. I'm going to put it in front of Herschel because he's got to live. Yeah, I think this has got to be correct. Otherwise, we don't tank this floor at all. Okay, fair enough. All right, goodbye Salvage Machine on middle. You did your job. Wonderful work. Now I would say the next goal here is to give up mid-floor, farm top floor, and try to play this boilerplate before the end of the combat, right? Yeah, that seems pretty important to me. So oh no, don't play the Vengeful Shard. Don't kill these guys on middle. I want to Salvage Machine them, so we cleave upstairs just to hold on to it. We don't play either of these cards. Okay, fine. Okay, I think we'll be alright. We give up middle, it's okay. Corrin, or not Corrin, Ajax. It's even easier, actually. we just go ahead and do Smith, Cleave, blast this, incredible work. We get Inspire. We just, what, sack these? Now, how am I actually killing Ajax? I thought this was Corin's Ring 5. I can't believe I said that. It's Ajax. Ajax is scary, but we have a 98 attacker. Because he has the sap. I'm going to go ahead and play both Spike Drivers out here because I want to... No, I want to get them killed. I'm thinking about it, like, do I want to play the Forge Points? I really want to try to get... What is it? The Boilerplate. If I can hit Boilerplate, I feel really good about this. If I can hit Boilerplate. Okay, well, let's Cleave upstairs for sure. Is it Cleave? I could leak this 8 guy and then Divinity instead for more armor. Armor's not helping. I have enough survivability. The problem is that, like, Weldling and Herschel are going to have to kill him. So my goal is I want to get Herschel to play the Pyre Shot on this floor with... There's really... Oh, man, I might not hit the Boilerplate. I've got, like, a 1 in 3. So I don't want to play Cleave. I'm going to go ahead and hit the Divinity here, I think. Yeah, I think so. One consideration is why put it in front? Survivability is not the challenge. I'm going to put it on the guy who's going to do my hard carrying, which is, let's be clear, Weldling. Also, it translates some of that forward anyway, so... Okay, fine. Now we take a hit here, but I think this is correct. Okay, this is actually extremely good. We hit pretty solid here. I go ahead and I click Herschel first. We blast this floor, right? That gives more forge points. Then I'm going to go ahead and play Smith, because Boilerplate is 1. And with 27 here, we can make an absolutely massive Boilerplate. Oh boy. That's so good. It's so good. What a hit. I'm glad I didn't play the Cleave. Although I think based on where it was in my hand, I would have hit it, so it's fine. We do get the... There's no space here, which is fine. I think it was correct because we got more Boilerplate value out of this in the end. So no Bone Dog on that. We have scored Bone Dog value on 1 combat. I think the break even roughly is 2. Full Throttle is a really good card. It's also got a Holy Stone on it. Mass Production. Create a copy of a non-champion unit, equipment, or room card in hand and apply -1. The problem with Mass Production is how the heck do I align that with Boilerplate, which is the only real value play. Now I could Magic Shop. There's no Steel Shop value here. I could Magic Shop. It has a Remove Consume, by the way, which I don't know if that's super helpful, but it is something. I could look for a Permafrost for it, which is value. It makes it free. Hold on to it. Geared Gauntlet, by the way, is pretty decent. You can basically wind up punch something. It's kind of fun. I don't know. This doesn't seem like something I want right now. This is the exact case where I feel like Dualism would make this card really cool, but unfortunately it feels not really cool. Like, numerically I think it's good, question mark, but it's much worse than other uncommon equipment in other clans. Is that fine? Maybe it is. It's just a lot worse than, say, Wing Shield. So, you know, fair enough, I guess. Yeah, it's just worse than Wing Shield or the new Wormkin one or Organ Harvester or any of those. So it's fine. I feel like this probably could be 1 Ember. Yeah. I don't know. Burst is good. It's good being able to use your hits when you want to. I like being able to attack immediately. That's nice. That certainly has value. But the cooldown on this is spicy. Means your unit is not available every turn. And it prevents you from attacking normally. in Relentless, which means, geez, you better time it right. Like, it's not good on your Relentless floor. I don't know. I feel like this could, if Burst were a buff, then Dualism would work on this, and we'd cook, and I'd be like, all right, great, numbers are nice, and we're happy at 2 Ember and everything. I'm gonna try this mass production nonsense and see if I can just score a boilerplate combo package here. This seems fun. Benediction with a -1 is huge. Begone with a -1 is huge too. I'm gonna take the Benediction. Damage shield is excellent, and the -1 is a great way of making this playable. I'm gonna go Magic Shop side. See what we hit. Holdover. Holdover on mass production seems terrible. This is like, I don't know, there's not enough equipment, non-champion units, or rooms in my deck or my clan or any of this stuff for that to be sufficient. Holdover on Pyre Shot's fun, maybe. -2 consume. I mean, this is a good card, a good purchase either way. Let's look at the Horde first. Winged Steel is excellent because this means I can take Ember and then still have draw. So I'm extremely happy about that. The removals here are probably just trash units that I'm never playing. So Spear Stewards, right? I think it's got to be Spear Stewards. I'm at least playing some Inspires and some Smiths. And Shield Stewards are just better than Spear Stewards, so I'm going to burn both of these, yeah. You could cut Sword Maiden, but she's actually just fine, right? She's, like, doing something. Better than a removal, for sure. I'm going to -2 consume and Inspire here. I think just getting one out of the deck and making it free is excellent. 20 consume, do not have a target for it. The Holdover is questionable on Pyre Shot, but I think if in an ideal world we have Pyre Shot, Herschel, plus Cleave, I think we're good. Obviously, doing 85 AoE is nice. Like, really strong. But I do think it's too expensive. And I think eventually I will expect the Cleave to be better when you connect a boilerplate to your front line. Is Holy Stone the pickup on anything? Holy Stone Benediction. I actually want Benediction to go to 1 Ember, so I'm going to reroll this. Yeah. Permafrost is hit. That's very important for this mass production. Okay, cool. And then I can afford an Intrinsic, which is fun. Intrinsic Benediction is nice. Alternatively, can I afford both of these? I can. So the question is, what do I want to have on turn 1 versus turn 2? I think Pyre Shot does not need to be on turn 1 because I have Herschel. So we're going to give the -1 to Pyre Shot. But let's buy this Intrinsic first because I don't want to do math too hard. It's okay. We can afford everything. I did the math right. Pyre Shot at 1 Ember is huge. This card is like a must-play every turn kind of situation. Honestly, a great Magic Shop. I want to try to farm money and go to an arm shop now is where I'm at. Yes. I want to try to farm money and go to an arm shop. I'm looking to connect something to combine with Boilerplate. I'm going to take Ember at ring 6. I think we beat Kale pretty handily here with all of our AoEs. So, I'm feeling decent about this run so far. Pyre Dampener is one of the scariest things here. It means I don't get Sword Maiden in turn 0, so deployment. I still get both Salvage Machines and Forge Steward. And my other turns, I did make a lot of stuff cheaper, so it's not actually that hard to make work. Is this doable? Most of my stuff is cheap. It hurts me for sure. Weldling is still playable. You have to give up the Cleave on the turn you see Weldling, but it's still doable. I'm basically never proccing Winged Steel here. I think this is worth it still. It's just Quoto. If this were, like, Quarian might be scarier. Quoto, I think we hit enough times. I'm not afraid. His backlines, I have plenty of AoE. I think I can take this. I think we take this. The money is doable here. All right, we can just bounce Vengeful Shards anyway, so I'm not mad about it. I'd like to get Bone Dog. This combat is not terribly difficult. And we don't have Invasion, so I'm thinking Herschel middle and Bone Dog can live upstairs. We try to win on middle floor. Yes. Okay, that's the play. Yeah, I don't have any... Turn off Forge points. Okay, Forge Steward, chillin'. Herschel, Mid-floor, yeah. I don't really know if he needs to be on mid-floor, is kind of my initial thought. What if I just put him top floor and he's not even involved? What if it's just double salvage machine here? Right? This looks better. If I'm not having to defend him upstairs, see, this is obviously this would be more of a challenge on a later run floor, right, where Dominion just bodies him or Kale punches him to death or something. This might actually work on Kale too, because Kale's kind of low damage, but it wouldn't work on Strix for sure, and especially, you know, Strix and whatever the other one, Hollow. One of them is going to punch the hell out of him. So like on 6, we wouldn't be able to do that if I had a different boss. Kale, I think, is tankable. This looks right. Okay, we get Bone Dog. Great. Bone Dog, welcome. The goal is to get my man stacked up. I do want to play the Benediction on mid-floor, for sure. Survivability is your friend. I'm going to hold on to Cleave here. I still haven't found anything that smelt. Right? I haven't skipped cards that smelt, I don't think. Hopefully not. If I have, someone yell at me. But I'm like, if I find a smelt, man, oh, it's cooking. I wish I had found a Crucible Steward. You know, that guy, he's got like an ability that smelts. Or if I were Hef, this would be crazy. I do have to be careful about that Winged Steel. That could have drawn something rough. It's okay. All right, let's Smith middle. We do get the Cleave here, although I can do Divinity first. And then that makes the Cleave stronger. And then I think also this is the click Herschel play. We clear all of middle. That's much better. Yes. Good. Great. Sure. I realize I could have gotten this next floor with it, but I think we'll be okay. I can just blast this, and that's okay. I'm not as worried about it. I'm going to go ahead and do Divinity Cleave here. Which is solid. We get the Inspire upstairs. I draw some cards. I could drop an absolutely monumental Spike Steward here, which, let me be clear, I think I should. Because otherwise, this guy walks on me, and we get a lot of problems. So let's do that. I realize this is hurting my boilerplate action, but I think it's still correct. Fine. I'll harvest out my guy on middle, I think. This hurts my revenge trigger, but I think the harvest provides more value, so we'll do this. Sure, got it. That's okay. We do clear this big other guy over there, which is fine. All right, we don't get the Weldling. That's super action, but you see the top floor looks a lot better with this, so I'm good with that. I have to give up Cleave on this turn or play the Weldling. The Weldling is kind of bad, right? If I drop him, he's only 58 here. I think I'm actually going to click Cleave right here. And then we Smith. And we let it sit. I'll play him on the next go-around. I do think that Spike Driver was an important play, if I'm being honest with you, so I'm not mad about it. Okay, we see some action here. This is a really good turn. Leaking 4, I'm not mad about it. Don't incant this floor. I think I mass production the boilerplate here. Right? Now, the one on the middle is real. So we do Fire Shot first on middle, because I want to harvest up. I then need to play the real one. Okay. The real one. 170 armor is good. I'm going to put it on the multi-striker here, which should get me more slays. And we drop Cleave, and we're okay with it. Seems alright. And we have the other boilerplate now, which is, let's be honest, still very good. Now, I don't think this permascales the base ones, but we'll try it on a later turn, I think. Yeah, we're going to drop this in at 22 here. Solid. Right? Yeah, 104 armor on boilerplate is a good card. I could just play the boilerplate, but I think it's stronger to not. Yeah. Okay, cool. We drop cleave. Unfortunate, but fine. We take 4 to the Pyre. I'm actually not mad about it because we bounced for money. That's okay. We get Pyre shot draw, which is awesome. And does, in fact, completely clear this floor, which is cool. I don't have Weldling down, which is a bummer. But we do have Superman with 170 here, so that's, I guess, good. Let's see. I could draw into something awesome here. I could. Maybe the Smith is better than the Inspire, then. They're kind of close, right? I think we're just going to take the Inspire. I'll gamble on it. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Should be okay. Maybe I draw something awesome here. I do not draw something awesome, but we do win the combat all the same, so I'm not mad about it. I don't hit the other boilerplate. That's okay. Weldling wasn't important here. Sure. So basically, I'm realizing I should have just played that boilerplate, and that's fine. I'm going to bounce the Vengeful Shard for money. We do get Bone Dog and Herschel, though, so that's cool. Sure. I think we just play Cleave and everything else, and nothing matters here, and it's fine. We take the 10. Cool. I'm okay with this. I could have activated Pyre Shot, I'm pretty sure, but it doesn't matter. We had a W anyway, so all good. Would have been nice to play that 34 there. I could have maybe greeted on the boilerplate a lot more, but I don't think it's right. Full Throttle is good. Armament Drive is good too. Masterwork. Spellchain Forge 8. Interesting. It's expensive. I don't think so. Full Throttle is really good, I think. At one cost, it's hard to skip this. It's really good for consuming, right? I don't know. We don't have any etch triggers, unfortunately. But, like, if I had Crucible Steward on this run, we'd be cooking. I might not even have him unlocked, right? I don't actually know what the unlock sequence is for Railforged. I just know he exists. Armament Drive is potentially a lot of value. This is just like, think about the numbers this gives you. Full Throttle is damage, though, which probably matters. I'm going to take the Full Throttle here. I like it. Everlasting Light. Benediction -2 is excellent. A lot of these consume -2 make these cards just really efficient. Everlasting Light, though, that's pretty good. Is that worth boilerplate? I do have some random multi-strikers on this run. Arm shot play. It'd be a decent merge on boilerplate. 104 armor. 2 Ember, but I am taking Ember after Kale. I think I'm going to take the Everlasting Light here. It's good to have more equipment in this clan. I think this is left for sure. We were talking about arm shot value. I should get Bone Dog pickup value on Kale. So if I get the 3rd Bone Dog, then we are ahead of where we would be, which is awesome. It's worth noting, I actually think that if you factor in Herschel's bonus Pyre health and the 25%, I might need to get a 4th Bone Dog to come to, like, break ahead. But I feel like I should be able to get it on ring 7 as well, so I think that should be doable. Trinket Shop, what do we have here? I'm going slow on this run, by the way. I realize I am. It's an hour in and I'm only on ring 6. So that's my bad. I could be YOLOing a lot more. But this is also my first run of Railforged, so you will forgive me. I'm going to go Arm Shop. I think this is correct. We do waste some of the Pyre health, but it's fine. Weapons Cache cooks. Shield of Wing cooks. Intrinsic Weapons Cache is pretty dope here, right? Especially once I take, or deployable Weapons Cache, especially once I take Ember, this basically just goes hard. Draws out anything I want. Now, obviously, I don't think I play the, what's it called? Boilerplate on turn 1. Am I going to merge it? Better than, the Shield of Wing is a good pickup. I could do Shield of Wing and then deployable the Weapons Cache to draw into Shield of Wing. Now, this is the weapons cache -2 apply through the whole run. So if I draw, I think it should, right? Apply -2 is an upgrade. So I think if I do boilerplate merged with everlasting light and draw into it, then it should reduce it to 0 cost, which then means later on I should draw it at 0 cost. And then I can also buy the Shield of Wing, and that just goes on to your boy Forge Steward and Cooks, right? Which is even more AoE, which is fine. It's not a lot of life. He doesn't have a lot of life, right? Because it doesn't factor armor. Yeah, it doesn't say armor. So it's not a ton. I actually don't know if that Shield of Wing is super valuable. It might be better on the salvage machine, funny enough, but it's an interesting question. What does Hall of Mirrors do for us? You could do Hall of Mirrors Herschel, which is silly. I have the space for it. That's certainly also an option. 2 Herschels? I mean, that seems good, right? His ability, you can double tap it, right? That's all right. Decent, I suppose. Dominion bodies him, unfortunately. I don't think we can stop Dominion here. That's true. I don't actually think we can stop Dominion from just full bodying him, but that's maybe okay. Maybe fine. Interesting. Hall of Mirrors, that's actually some real value on Herschel. You get more attack. I get... Huh. And if I can get Bone Dog on the same floor on... Okay, alright. I think it's Hall of Mirrors here, and I'm going to deployable it. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. And then I think I'm going to merge Everlasting Light into Boilerplate here. This is pretty awesome, right? This is AoE scaling, but also huge armor and seems good. Only 2 cost. I want to merge the other direction, though, just because it seems cooler. Oh, it doesn't actually... I thought it would change the order of the triggers. Fun. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and do that merge, and that's fine. That's pretty strong. I can purchase a removal, but I don't know what for. Weapons cache isn't useful without deployable here. I think we chill on this. I'm going to go ahead and take the removals. I'm going to hold on to a Shield Steward, because you never know when it could be really clutch. And I'm going to drop an Inspire, because I just don't think I need that many, and they're not that good. I could purchase a removal, but what's coming up? Steel, Magic... Well, the Magic has money, so I'm going to go ahead and buy a removal on another Inspire here. I think this will improve my deck quality. Buy another one? I actually think it's correct. Continue removing Inspires here. It is my worst card. I'm holding on to 1 Shield Stewards because I think it could be useful to soak value later. Right, just take like Forge points or something. Where are my dupes at? There's one on left. I think I'm going to dupe the boilerplate activity and then maybe one again at the end. I think I need to hit these boilerplates fast and immediately. Maybe this weapons cache was correct. That could have killed me, right? Maybe the weapons cache is better than this and I greeted. Because then I could have the boilerplates active on turn 1 of Dominion, which is probably better than the alternative. Tough to say. I do like double Herschel, though. That's pretty cool. And then the rest of this is Forge Steward on Salvage Machine, I think. I don't have enough Ember to do it all right now, but that should be okay, I think. Alright, I do get other Salvage Machine, which is cool. I do want to click Cleave here, which I think needs to happen. Benediction is a pickup that I like here. I'm going to click the Cleave. Mass Production. I don't have the Ember for Mass Production. I think we click one of the Herschels here and just send the bottom floor to the Shadow Realm. And we let the other one sit. I am going to click Mass Production, and it's going to be an additional merged equipment here. Because that's... I can just redraw, right? There's no reason not to. We're clearing bottom. It's good. I come downstairs. Great. I think we click the other Herschel here and just completely send this to the Shadow Realm, I believe. Yeah, we'll do that. That's solid. We'll play the Divinity in front. I'm going to burn the Spider mid-floor to draw. I'll click the Smith, and then I'm going to click Cleave on bottom. This guy in middle is walking, and that is okay. We have baited Hail to middle as well, which is obnoxious. This guy gets scaled. We don't like to see it, but fine. This guy's dangerous. Like, very dangerous. Bone Dog is active. Now, I could super scale Bone Dog. It's going to be a lot of damage coming in. I actually think, crazy enough, I need to do Bone Dog super scale tanking. Yeah, I wanted to do it in this order so that the Forge can start picking up for something else. This gives me double Bone Dog and double Herschel action, which is some real scaling. But I think it's enough damage to actually punch this Bastion next turn, which is really important. We don't clear bottom, unfortunate. This punches, right? This does punch. And we avoid death, which is also, let's be clear, very important. I'm going to go ahead and hit the Divinity so I get a stronger cleave here, which I really want. Let's push out the Spike Driver to draw here. Full throttle downstairs, I think, is going to be correct. We hit the cleave on this. Top floor is cleared out. Bone Dog lives. Okay, seems good. Alright, these tanky dudes are spicy, but that's okay. We hit the Pyre shot, which I think is critical. I'm going to blast upstairs with it. Actually... This is the real one. Let's get Herschel's Pyre shot, right? To clear top to save Bone Dog. And then I want to do Forge points. And we play this bottom. I could greed on this. I don't think I draw it in time. I'm going to play this in front here, I think. And then I will cleave out bottom. And I get the Smith, which is good. I think I'm good with this. Yes. Now, we should get it. We'll clear top floor and save Bone Dog with the other Pyre Speak here. Right, we shoot him. Man, I don't clear it, huh? Well, a Bone Dog perishes, I suppose. One Bone Dog doesn't make it, and that's going to have to be okay. I do cleave bottom then. 33, 31, 22. I don't think there's any way we save the lad. Mass production just hits Shield Steward here, which is dumb. I am going to play the Shield Steward. I guess. Sure. I should have another of the merged equipments chillin', and Weldling exists as well, which I'd like to draw. So, that's all true. Let's go ahead and hit the Inspire. We don't draw Weldling, that's fine. We hit this downstairs. We don't clear it out, unfortunate. We lose Bone Dog, but we do prevent a bazillion D damage upstairs, which is fine. I think I'm okay with it. He goes middle, it's good. We get Weldling, excellent. I think this is going to be merged equipment action. And then Weldling just comes in at a lower number, and that's fine. I actually think this is mass production on the merged equipment here, and we go hard, right? We go... That's good. I like that. That's actually kind of fun, huh? Put this with the points into the front Vela, and then in the back we put it on this guy. And then I just get to play the Weldling, which is cool. Or I think the Cleave is actually still more valuable. Yeah, it is. Clears it out, I think. Alright, cool. There's nothing left to draw here, right? But I do think I will just play out the Sword Maiden on this one. Yeah, it does some work. We're fine with it. Sure. Okay, bounce that. Great. Clearing stuff out. We should win Relentless just off the back of these crazy cards that I have taken. Yeah, great. Which means I can actually just take the Divinity pickup here and get 3 health back, which is cool. Sure, great. I get 3, I lose 1. It's worth it anyway. I would have clicked it. Great, Kale doesn't stand a chance. Cool. Alright, yeah, fair enough. We do get a lot of Valor scaling in Relentless just because of this cheekiness. Now, I didn't get as much scaling as I wanted in the card itself. So, where's that merged equipment? Only 124. I definitely could have done more here. I mean, another -1 Pyre shot is, let's be clear, really good. I have a 115 shot here, so we take the Ember here for sure. We have a really good looking Pyre shot. I'm going to go not steal. I'm going left here. Yeah, right? This is good. Ember. I'm going to go arm shot maybe next. I don't know. I'll think about it. We are upgrading Pyresmith to 3. Yeah, every 2 turns, my man gets to shoot him, which is, I think, really good. Give him the double gat. I like it. All right, cool. Permafrost. There's got to be a good pickup here. Permafrost on this Pyre shot is really solid, actually. We get to hold on to one of these until an emergency turn, which I like. -2 consume. It burns out an inspire. I like that. Is there a good spell chain target? No? I mean, Pyre shot, but it's too expensive. I think we're going to permafrost this Pyre shot. That's a good play. I'm going to -2 and blast and inspire. I'm going to hold off on spell chain. I know there's like a smith here, but it's not worth it, I don't think. The dupe. What is the dupe? The dupe could be, probably is, just the merged equipment. Remove consume? I don't know. Full throttle seems solid. Remove consume the full throttle here, making it a 1-coster. It's a little more expensive than I wanted, but the fact that I had a -2 consume in it already means it cooks. -1 is just generally good. I'll put it on a smith, makes this card free, makes it easier to play my Winged Steel. Sure, yeah, buff stuff, right? I'll remove Consume Full Throttle. It's a card I'm happy to redraw constantly. No double stack target I want. The dupe here is almost certainly just merged equipment. This gives me more targets. It's true. It's more targets. I could save this dupe for later, but the problem is if I save this dupe, it locks me into going after the dupe, which I don't like. I do really like being able to go to the arm shop. You may ask why. I already did an arm shop upgrade, right? But if I see the weapons cache again, I might take it. Hall of Mirrors still seems strong, but I think Dominion is scary, is the problem. Dominion frightens me. I'm not answering him right now at all, and that is rough. So I think intrinsic on tons of armor might be clutch, and I maybe should have thought about that ahead of time. I do think I'm duping this equipment here. I want another copy of it. It's a good card. It's kind of like the way I'm winning. 155, so Herschel is absolutely cracked here, which is amazing news. I can cash... Oh, Pyre Dampener is tough. I think I can take this, but it is unfortunate. Thank goodness I took Ember here. Basically offsets that. So, we get all of mirrors upstairs. It is racks, so I'm playing bottom for sure. Herschel gets doubled. Great. Let's go, Herschel. Bottom floor, Forge Steward, we get both salvage machines in play. Honestly, decent. Okay. I have the mass production, I have the inspire play, I'm going to click it. We do most of these cards. Inspire, inspire. I get the cleave, which I'm taking. Good. I could double tap him here on bottom. Does it get the kill? 310. It doesn't get the kill, so I'm going to save it. The question then becomes, how do I kill this guy? Great question. If I'm going left up top, I get Pyre remains anyway. It might not matter. We just chill. Let it happen. It's fine. Alright, so the play that what I'm really imagining here is we get Divinity up front for sure. Divinity cleave on this turn, it looks like. I think so. Divinity cleave. Now there's a one coster that I draw that feels bad to miss here. So there's an argument for playing Herschel's shoot. Shoot. See what I draw. Bone Dog. Okay, with Bone Dog in play, I can do a double Bone Dog in middle. Yeah. Double Bone Dog middle. I do hold on to cleave. 155. I can get this kill downstairs, and I think it's correct. So you blast them, and then we cleave, and we get this kill. I think that is correct. We get an extra harvest, which is nice. I like that a lot. Pyre shot upstairs is huge. Okay, first order of business is we mass produce the merged equipment. It's not a particularly good forge yet. Pyre shot upstairs. I could do the cleave upstairs and Pyre shot downstairs, which is pretty cool. True. I'm going to take some hits from this terrifying amalgam, aren't I? I think the way we do this is we do Pyre shot downstairs. I need to get the money, though. How greedy am I going to be? This guy hits me for 2 hits right now. If I Pyre shot, he hits me for 1. If I 155 on this, if I hit him with cleave, I hit him for still. He hits me twice. I can blast this floor next turn, I think. 396. I can't actually blast that floor next turn. I think what we're doing is we're full throttling upstairs. And then we click cleave, and this means we only take the 1 tap. Another Pyre shot. Interesting. I'm debating between play merged equipment versus something else here. I think we're going to hit the Pyre shot here, and we hold off on these. We're going to get the 1 bounce upstairs. I'm going to be able to go to Pyre health, I think, so I'm not afraid of this. I can clear middle here with the doubles here. So I play Herschel 1, blast, Herschel 2, blast. Bottom floor, we have the cleave angle, but I also could Pyre shot, but I can hold off. I think we cleave here. Value. I'm going to hold off on playing anything. We burn out both spike drivers. And then I'm going to put the Weldling down. I mean, it is just free value. I want to save the forge points here, so we'll put the Weldling down, sure. Play him normally and bounce for health. Or money. It gives armor stacking. It's not a lot, but it's fine. We easily clear the rest of this, so I'm not afraid, right? Like, oh no, it looks bad, but I'm cleaving this floor out, so whatever. Yeah, we cleave this floor out. Bottom goes. Great news. Still haven't seen anything in this game that smelts. That sucks. This is a very good turn for a merged equipment angle. Yes. Extremely good merged equipment angle. Alright, one of my merged equipments has just ascended to 186. We like it. Great. Okay, we take the hit. Yeah, the problem is ring 7 is going to be okay, I think. The real issue is more going to be ring 8 looks bad. Right? That's the thing. Herschel, help me. Herschel kills one of these guys middle, and that's pretty important. I think we Pyre shot bottom floor here. I'll use the other one. That's good. We bounce top. Do I play the other merged equipment here? I might need to. 205 is a pretty good tank here, I think. It's not as good of a stack as one would want, but I think I do want to have a tank coming up for racks. True, I think I need to play it. I think I need to play it. I'm playing it, yeah. I'm really feeling that -1 Ember, but it's okay. We're not taking enough damage that I'm that worried. I get like 56 back after this, so we're okay. Rax looks spicy, but we do have the W. Incredible. Go team. And I have, yeah, alright, we're actually fine here now. Blow up bottom floor, we clear for sure. Okay, so that's good. Unfortunately, I mean, like, this is what I'm looking for, right? In the end game, it's like, all right, great, I make another copy of this merged equipment, and then we do this, and I guess we can find out if any of this scales it. I don't think it will, right? It shouldn't. So, I guess we'll find out. And then, yeah, you just airdrop in value, right? Is the thing. Did it do anything to it? I don't know. No, it didn't. All right, cool. I expected as much. All right, and then you play the other one, and it's like, cool. Everyone has a boilerplate, is what it comes down to. Everyone has boilerplate. Amazing. Hundreds of armor. And then we get like super scaling, and we're golden. I don't have to do any top stuff. We just shoot downstairs because it's funny. Cool. They don't walk up at this point. Yeah, we take a little bit, but I'm like super okay here, and we did enough scaling. It's fine. Okay. Big value. All right, we're at 195 because of the double Herschel pickup, which is huge. We're definitely getting value out of this mirror room. I just wonder if it was correct for Dominion. I'm worried about it. What is this? Machinist Tome. Steel Guard. Steel Guard, yo, answers Dominion. All right, yeah. Okay, cool. Machinist Tome answers Dominion. Because I'm taking 99999 corruption, and I'm like, how do I live? Well, it turns out just don't take more than 15 damage per round. It's easy. Game is actually simple. That's a big help. Yeah, okay, we found an answer. Quenching Oil. This card does not make any sense in this clan. Why does spell weakness, melee weakness exist in this clan? Why? Like, the problem is, this card's not bad, but why? I don't understand why this exists. That doesn't make any sense. It should be literally anything else. That's obnoxious. This is like, you know, this would be like having a Spikes card in Hellhorned. It's like, you look at it and you go, all right, I mean, I guess, but it doesn't make sense. This should be in, I don't know, Stygian. I mean, it's literally a Stygian card already, basically. Ugh, it's obnoxious. It's just a thematic miss, in my opinion. Masterwork would be really good, but it's got to be Machinist Tome. No questions. No questions asked. Penitent's Death Suit is really good, right? It's just really good. That's going to help a lot with Savagery. It helps a lot with killing Dominion. Sure, bud. Sure. I'll take it. Good pickups. All right, I do think we want to survive Dominion is the other part of it. So I do think Arms Shop is correct for improving survivability. There is an argument for going right and I guess removing like a Shield Steward and a Spike Driver, right? And then duping the big merged equipment again for more density. That's probably more surefire. We get to remove some stuff, draw more stuff. The Magic Shop is probably just as good as the Arms Shop. I think we get away with it. If I go right, increase density. All right, I'm going to do it. All right, let's look at the Trinket Shop. What do we get? Smelt grants an additional +1 Ember. You know, it would have been great if I'd had Smelt. I would have liked Smelt on any card, in fact. Did not see it. Fortunately, you know, Salvage Machine has actually been really good, even if his ability does literally nothing. So, that's actually kind of funny, I think. I have no way of consuming anything like that, but I'll tell you what, at a minimum, he can get that Forge on Harvest. I'll take it. The cuts here are, I think, easy. We want to improve draws. So I think Spike Driver Colony is not bad. What if it's actually just Smith? Like Shield Steward Smith? I think it's definitely the Steward goes now. We have no... All of the remaining Inspires are Consume Zeros, which are great. I don't mind any of the other things. Divinity has a Holy Stone. I don't hate it. So, fine. I might see another good upgrade for it. I think it is Shield Steward for sure. Maybe it's just Smith. The Spike Drivers are like good tanks, but and also they're cheap tanks, but also they are zero cost. They're so low opportunity cost that I have no issue here. And Sword Maiden could actually unironically save this run because she pops out and maybe draws me something cool. I'm going to burn a Smith here. All right, we're down at 31, drawing 6. It's not great, but it's not bad either. Spell Chain is... Yo, Spell Chain Machinist Home might actually cook here. Right? It's so windy outside. What the heck? My house is shaking. I hate it. Alright, before I purchase this, let's re-roll the trinket shop and see if we get anything really excellent. Because there's nothing here I want. Okay. Permanently add 2 to an unit's equipment on sleigh. No. On deployment phase, discard any number of cards, then draw that many. I mean, let's just discard 1. It's like draw a card. I'm already using all my deployment ember. I don't think it's that good. Celestial Cascade, I think, is the play. Because I have 1. The more important thing is I have the Everlasting Light baked into my merged equipment. But also, it does improve a couple of Inspires. And I do have some Divinities still. And Benediction. So, like, I am applying small amounts of Valor in wide senses. Like, they're wide, small amounts. So I think it's worth it. It's worth 130 for sure. Alright, and then the rest of this money goes into Trinket in the Magic Shop, which does tell me I have enough to buy this Spell Chain here, which is great. Steel Guard to 2 units is excellent. We'll take it. Yeah, right? Yeah, okay, good. -2 consume. I'm just going to burn a Smith on this. The Divinity, I think, is still useful. I might just put a -1 in it, actually, so it's a little more accessible. We'll burn the Smith, yeah. Reroll this, fine. Hold over. Don't know what I want to hold over. Intrinsic? Don't think so. I'm going to go ahead and put just the -1 on Divinity here. I don't want to... You know, the thing is, if you put an Intrinsic on it, it removes it from the draw pile, right? It just adds to your hand on turn 1, which means I don't draw it. This improves... It's like a removal that keeps the card in my deck. Is that worth it? I can do 1 purge for sure, which I think will just be the one of the remaining Smiths, right? If I'm just only redrawing Pyre shots every round otherwise, I think that's a really good draw, so I'm happy about it. I'll cut a Smith. Smith is like a low impact card. I don't hate the Forge. We have some -1 guys. It's okay. A challenge is I don't have a lot of targets for -1s here, so I might actually -1 a Smith here, and then Intrinsic the Divinity. So the removal here is what then? What is the cut? The cut might be... I kind of like having Sword Maiden in the deck. She draws something. Weldling is still good. Remember, we're not focusing as much on permascaling now as we are on winning. It could just be a Spike Driver, just so I don't draw him. It's a low impact removal. I think we're going to go ahead and do a -1 on the Smith because this card is otherwise okay. Although removing it does improve draw density. Let's cut it. I'm going to cut it. I changed my mind. Okay. And then with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and do the Intrinsic on Divinity because it's a pseudo remove here, I think. It's pseudo because it removes it from my first draw through, but it keeps it in the deck, which I actually like this card. So I'll do that. And then I can buy... There's a holdover here I don't want. A +10 I can't use. So I buy the -1 here. And just make a Divinity free. And that's okay. And this seems acceptable. The dupe here is the better Merged equipment. I want more of these, for sure. You could argue it's mass production, because then you can create cheaper clones of them, which is kind of the same when you think about it, right? It's kind of the same. It's an interesting thought experiment. The thing is that I want to make sure if I dupe the mass production without an equipment in hand is useless. If I dupe the merged equipment and I draw the merged equipment, it's immediately useful. So I think we actually do just dupe this thing and we chill on that, and mass production is hanging out, and that's fine. And the rest of this is golden. We are fine. We're doing, what, 195 here? Cool. Dominion, don't kill me, please, I guess. You're the scary one. I would have taken entropy over you for sure here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think what we're doing is we're playing Herschel middle, Sword Maiden upstairs to tank Dominion turn 1, and then... Okay, yeah, so we do... It's the Steward 1, Salvage Machine bottom, Hall of Mirrors middle, Herschel. Sword Maiden upstairs. I'm not playing it. Do I play the Salvage Machine bottom? I think so. He's going to be my... He's very flimsy is the problem. But fortunately, he is a 9/9 at least, so he's not immediately dead. So he's going to be my first target for... Put him here. He's my first target for an equipment. End turn. Okay. Good turn. Smith, 1. Inspire, 1. We leave downstairs for sure. Can I get frontman over 20? No. Let's save Ember and hold on to the Permafrost guy, and we Pyre shot downstairs here. Kills everything. Excellent. I can keep her alive upstairs by just gutting the Spike Driver, which is great. I'm going to go ahead and Benediction downstairs. This is really good because all those harvests mean that I score excellent Forge points right now, which means we are going to do Forge point play into Mr. 9 health buddy, and he lives. And does real contributions here. Absolutely, yes. This is real value because he's got 1,000,000 armor, but also he's in front of the other one, and we have the scaling Valor play. Cool. And then I think the rest of this, I could do full throttle here. It's not bad. You know, fair enough. I'm going to hold on to the other Herschel play. I'm going to Benediction on this, actually. I think it's solid. And then I'm holding on to Cleave here, actually. And we chill. Sure. Where do you go? Middle or bottom? Bottom. Great. You're punishing the floor. That is okay. It is going to be Bone Dog activity. I could clone Bone Dog, interestingly enough. Play out some free stuff here. I am going to take Herschel's play here. We blast it for sure. Tons of harvest. It's good. Penitent's Death Suit is going on the boss. Let's make sure Forge is off. Great. I can cleave this out, not take this hit. I actually think the mass production Bone Dog is a real fun action here. Right? I like it. I like it a lot, in fact. I'm not as worried about Bone Dog as I am about Herschel here. So I want to, because his ability is super important. So we're going to use Bone Dog tank on middle. And I'm actually going to face tank with Bone Dog downstairs. He dies, and that's okay. It's 9/20 perish, and then the corruption. We hold on to Cleave here by shooting. It's good. Gets harvest, but more importantly, it just holds on to it. Do I play this Pyre shot? No, I'm going to save this for heavier waves. We chill. Okay, sure. Alright, we get some stuff. We have Valor scaling, melee weakness, Bone Dog doing his best out here. Bone Dog absolutely fighting for his life. He's done what he needed to do. He did the thing. And at this point, Bone Dog is just doing his darndest. Bone Dog. My man. Alright, Pyre Shot coming in hot. Blast bottom floor for sure. Incredible. I'm going to go ahead and Divinity in front. There's the Machinist's Tome. High value. For sure goes into Forge Steward here. He can't take more than 15. This isn't changing it immediately because of Titanite interaction. He's only taking, what, 12 from Corruption? But this is super important for Relentless. Now, I'm expecting there's a world where... Let's think about this. Who gets the other Machinist's Tome? There's a world where we take enough corruption in AoE sense from Dominion that we're worried about it. So I'm going to play it on the second salvage machine that doesn't have a thing yet. I'm going to draw into it, though, is the problem. So it's kind of irrelevant. I'll put it down. Sure. I think it's more correct to put it in the front guy because he might take hits, but I don't think it matters. I'm just going to be overly cautious here. We could also use it to keep Sword Maiden among the living and just face tank here. Or I guess we also could save Bone Dog's life. I don't think Bone Dog's long for this world, but we're doing our best. No, I want to make sure I win Relentless. We're going to be aggressive about it. I'm going to go ahead and turn on Forge Points and dunk a massive Weldling on this floor, which is incredible. And then we cleave. And we're happy about it. This guy in the back lives somehow, which is surprising, but fine. Goodbye, Bone Dog. He did his best. You know, it's fine. It's okay, Bone Dog. I know. My man. Look, Spike Drivers, man. Truly saving the day. Just walks in here and tanks like an absolute champion. This floor downstairs, I want to make sure the cleaves are better and I'm getting more armor. It's good. I am playing Herschel. Hey, illegal. Don't kill Bone Dog. What are you doing? Get out of here. Live. Bone Dog, live. Fire shot downstairs for sure. Really good scaling. I'm going to hit the other Pyre shot here. Because of the harvests, you see? And then we're going to do Forge Points, and I'm going to drop this big merged equipment on my middle friend. Incredible. I think we have this. I think we actually do have this set up. I think we're winning on bottom here. Yeah, I feel good about the state of this. We're going to go ahead and hit other Herschel. Blow up the floor. You know, it didn't make sense to me at first, but it does kind of in hindsight. That Pyre shot hits the melee weakness here. Go ahead and full throttle on this turn. It's good. We'll hit the cleave. It's good. I actually think we'll also hit the Pyre shot. It's good. It's a good turn for it. Yeah, there's no reason to take this Vengeful Shard. I don't need money, so I'll hold off on it. We're chilling. I have mass production. Cool. Doing 1,000 to Dominion here, which is excellent news. Tons of Valor scaling, which is really excellent. Goodbye, Bone Dog. You did your best. I actually could maybe keep Bone Dog alive. Maybe? It's an interesting thought. I'm going to go ahead and mass produce here. It's good. We're happy about it. I'm going to go ahead and Herschel, cleave. And those harvests are so strong. We're sending this floor, right? Just full send. Benediction is probably it. I mean, I may as well take the cleave because it gets more. And then we put all of this into one of my real equipments, which I guess goes on the front guy and makes him invincible. Sure. Which one is that? Let's look at it real quick. 141. But wait, I actually think it's 280, right? Because the number on the left is the number that's permanent. So I have a 280 armor equipment. All right, goodbye, Bone Dog. You did your best, man. I think that's actually incredible. Bottom floor is surviving for sure. Sword Maiden perishes. I think that's fine. We Vengeful Shard this out. I get a full throttle. Sure, I can play other Herschel. Herschel is just incredible here. Look at this. The value is out of this world. Cool. Great. Goodbye, Sword Maiden. And then we hit Relentless and we're chilling. Sword Maiden, honestly, did great. Fantastic work. Go team. Have I played everything out? There is one more merged equipment, which I could hit here, so I will do it. I don't need to do anything fancy here. So we lose Bone Dog, but we do get both Herschel's scaling, which is very impressive. I think the correct play, if I'm being honest with you... Can I just play mass production for nothing? Maybe. I think the correct play is get the Divinity for the 2 health. Right? Can I play this? No valid target? That's fine. Hit the Herschel play. We'll get the Winged Steel action. See what I draw into. Hey, look, we get it. And then we have the merged equipment. And now this is like... Cool, bud. Here's superpower guy in back. Amazing. And then what, we hit him with another Pyre shot just because I can. Everyone already has a boilerplate, so we're good. We shoot him again. Alright, good luck, bud. Cool. I didn't need to click any of those cards. 133 corruption being turned into 15 damage, 266, 532. I mean, we're cooking. I'm feeling very good now that we got past Dominion. We should beat Titans. Now, the main challenge is that we have to keep Herschel alive as long as possible against the Titans. So you might be asking, hey bud, how do we do that? Because I can't stop incoming damage. I think the actual answer is we are going to lose Herschel, and this is why Cleave was so important. So I'm going to Hall of Mirrors on middle here. Right? Yeah, it's Hall of Mirrors middle. Herschel is in play. We're going to use Spike Drivers and Bone Dog to face tank as long as physically possible. I'm less afraid of a lot of other problems here, though. Right? I don't have to worry about Dominion's Cleave. Is Sword Maiden played right away? She could tank for something, maybe? But I do think getting her out of here is value, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay. There's a world where I can keep Herschel among the living by simply hitting a lot of good stuff. We're going to go ahead and get Machinist Tome in here immediately. What if I Machinist Tome Herschel? He could live. Inspire is value. Click it. This is interesting because I have double equipment right now. I can keep Herschel alive by just giving him a Machinist Tome and dropping one of these equipments on him. So I think I'm doing that. I think so. We're just going to give him a lot of health, and this keeps him alive. The other thing I think I need to do, though, is I think I need to play... Oh, man, I really need an attack scaler here, though. I think we're going to hold off on the other guy. We're going to go ahead and Benediction bottom. And I'll hold on to Cleave. I lose the Death Suit on this draw through, but it's okay. I could Herschel play here and double up and just oscillate them. But I don't... That's probably worth it. I'm going to get one of them to shoot. One of them shoots bottom floor. It's just such a good AoE. I want to make sure I have them both oscillating, though. Okay, fine. Mid-floor, I actually think Herschel lives now, which is an unreal kind of circumstance. So we're going to go ahead and clone Spike Driver tanks on middle. Great work. We Inspire downstairs. I'm going to go ahead and play Herschel. Kill every enemy on bottom. It's an absolute massive amount of scaling here, which is incredible. I can get the Divinity pickup. Right? Play Divinity. I can play Pyre Light, which actually improves my Pyre shot. That's silly and yet true. 58 by 2, 30, 345 armor. Do I hold? I maybe hold. I think I hold, right? I'd like to get more forge point value here, which will happen with a couple turns. Do I save the spike driver? No, I don't think so. I think we just stab bottom. Hold cleave, though. That's important. Yeah, I think we do that. I think I do face tank here with the spike driver. You know, it takes some corruption. It takes some other stuff. I can go ahead and hit entropy and savagery with a pyre shot, though, which I do think is value add. So we'll take it. Sure. I got to remember to hit the pyre light first. It's not an interaction I was thinking about, but I do actually get more value by doing that. So crazy. Go ahead and hit the pyre light. Great. Curse of Entropy is unfortunate. I'm clearing mid-floor, bottom floor anyway. I'm not afraid of Salvage Machine because we just hit him with the Pyre Shot and blow up the entire floor, right? Like, goodbye. Great. Now we have the Forge points that I'm feeling decent about stuff. Herschel's doing okay. I'm going to go ahead and ping him, and then we shoot Entropy, Savagery. I'll hold on to the cleave here. Do I just take the hits? I have so much pyre health, there's no reason to take sap here. Right? Yeah, actually, I think I just drop both those and we just let it go. We ephemeral it out. I have so much pyre health thanks to Bone Dog plus Herschel. I think we're chilling. This is an awful draw. Wow. Absolute tragedy. Hit the pyre shot downstairs. Pyre shot's truly like my main scalar here, which is extremely funny. We're immediately seeing value out of the Steel Guard play, for the record. Let's hit the cleave on this floor. Herschel's alive. I can play the Vengeful Shard. There's no reason to take the sap here. Yes. Alright, fine. Sure, whatever. It's a lot of incoming damage. I need to get a tank card on front. Okay. This is going to look different than I was expecting, but we're going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to mass produce Weldling here. And then we're going to drop all of our stats into a Weldling angle. On bottom, which keeps the floor alive. And then I can play the other Weldling on middle, which mirror rooms and keeps your boy alive, which is huge. Then I'm going to click Herschel. And we shadow... Man, the fact that this goes through Spell Shield is so good, because the Pyre attacks the floor. Yeah, we Shadow Realm bottom floor here. I could have played Pyre Light first, but I actually think the angle I want to play here is full throttle. It adds some sizable damage to Entropy. Do I play Bone Dog out? I think we sack Bone Dog here. Goodbye, my hero. I'd like to draw in other cards. And I have the Weldlings, which are going to hold down the fort on Herschel a bit. So I think we do this, yes. Pyre Light is strong. Not worried about Dominion. Dominion's dying first here. Do I hold on to Cleave? Do I need this? I actually think... I was thinking Cleave was going to be more impactful, but we actually managed to early draw Steel Guard. So I think Herschel lives. I think Herschel just lives, so I'm actually chilling here. He takes this whole round like a champion, only taking 29. I'm going to go ahead and full throttle this and push an extra 200 and something to Entropy. We eat the curse again, because why bother? Yeah, he just eats absolute dirt and is fine, which is unhinged. Tons of damage. Great work. Okay, cool. Look at this. He's coming out ahead here. We will pick up Herschel's thing. We're going to go ahead and do a Pyre Light first on this turn. I'm going to blow up the bottom floor for sure. Harvest. Benediction. I could Benediction middle, but I think it's okay. I'll Benediction downstairs. I guess I can cleave this and save and push some numbers. I kind of don't feel like holding on to cleave. Ah, whatever. Do it. Fine. Sure. Cool. Okay, burn that, whatever. We have so much pyre health, I'm just sacking it, and I'm really excited about it. And the fact that Herschel's living, I think we have this in the bag, right? Yeah, this is the turn. What's the bigger number? 280? Seems good. Cool. Herschel, give me that equipment. Shoot downstairs. Great. I'm going to go ahead and dunk. Tons of value here. Huge numbers. Wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and just put the armor in front here. I'm going to play one out. I'm going to play the weaker one out just for armor in front. So that's good. And then I think we just Pyre shot bottom because it's worth more than cleave here for sure. Yeah, okay, fair enough. We chill. I've played Herschel on middle. Curse of Entropy, whatever, bounce it. Dominion's already dead. I think we have this. We just Pyre shot Savagery and Entropy a couple times, and I think it's over. We might actually win on this turn that way. No, we don't. True, we don't. Well, how much is it? 275? That's what, 550? I think we actually do it. Right? Yeah, we do it. It's fine. I'll play the curse because there's no reason not to. Hit the full throttle on middle and this floor actually just kills. We don't even get bottom floor anymore. Here you go. Penitent's Death Suit at long last. Alright, Herschel gets the kill. Let's go. Honestly, very impressive. I think that this played out quite well. I think we did a good job. The run took forever. So, sorry, I guess. I kind of wanted to record more in this time frame, but I think there's learning involved, and that's okay. Hey, look, achievement. I won with all covenants enabled on the Railforged. Great. All right, what do we unlock? Renovate. Cool, we've created a better space prism. Thank you, Shiny Shoe. Fused Pyre Shard. When your Pyre defeats an enemy, it permanently gains 5 attack. Imagine that on this run. Woo, that's crazy. Level 3, Juggernaut. Okay. You know, I feel like this guy he's cool because I like an X-cost unit, but I feel like I'd like him to do more than just some stat wall stuff, right? I mean, the cool thing is I don't even think we might not have Magnetic Relay unlocked. I actually know this card exists, but he plays obviously nice with that. It'd be cool if he had like an ability or something. I don't know. Like maybe not attack immediately. He's got a cool claw arm. Maybe he has grab or something. I don't know. I think he kind of needs more to feel exciting, but I think he's cool. Good enough. Broken Rail, when you forge a unit or equipment, grant +2 health for each forge point spent. That would have been really good on this run as well. Cool. Railforged level up again. Metallurgy, smelt a card in hand. Hey, I wish I had seen this card on this previous run. Poor salvage machine. Apply armor 4 to friendly units. That's good, right? Consume another card and apply armor 4. I saw no smell cards in this run. I wonder if they're all in the unlocks. It's crazy if so. Yeah, okay, we got a lot of mastered cards. That's exciting. Good stuff. All right, yeah, look at us. Amazing news. Level up. Wonderful. A lot of cards we have not seen yet here. Interesting. Cool. Let's go to the run summary. I think this was also a no reset. It sure was. Look at that. A real win. We take these. A real win. You know, I see a lot of folks who have, like, 300, 100, huge win streaks. I think those win streaks are obviously good. Very impressive. Well done. I think unless you've done a no restart win streak at those levels, I don't think you've reached the height of what is possible. I believe truly, and I doubt I'll ever get a chance to really prove this or be it myself or I don't know. I don't make enough content at this point to really have the ability to say one way or the other. But I think what I'd like to see is I think the ideal win streak on this game is no restarts only. And I want this gold medal on every single run. And if you have to restart for any reason, undo, restart, breaks the streak. Now, obviously, unfortunately, the game doesn't track this, right? It tells you if you have the medal, but it doesn't, your win streaks just keep counting. So I look at that number and I'm like, that number is meaningless, right? That win streak that it tells you in game doesn't actually have any value to me. I don't see anything exciting about someone with a 300 there if they've got tons of restarts. I think every run is actually way easier if you allow yourself to undo and restart constantly. Like, so much easier. Because you don't have to anticipate upcoming waves. You don't have to worry about, what do I draw next? You don't have to worry about, what does Winged Steel give me on this turn? There's so many things that undo removes the randomness and the challenge from. And that's not to say, you play something, oh, I misclicked, I'll undo. I get it. I get it. I'm not going to fault anyone for doing that, but I do think that if you're going to win streak, you can't make those mistakes. You gotta stop and go, hey, what am I doing? It has to be like this. Stuff like which salvage machine I put in front, right? I think that is an important decision that you need to think about. So yeah, I think we did a great job on this run. We didn't even have everything unlocked. I don't even think we had any smelt cards in our pool at this point. I saw literally none that said smelt. So I guess that's funny. But so his poor ability did literally nothing, which is unfortunate because it's really strong, right? It's like that's 3 forge points and ember generated and free smelt target, and I would have had 2 of them, but no smelting. Weldling, really good. Cards are really strong in this clan. Pyre Shot's very powerful. I think Pyresmith's kind of OP, if I'm being honest with you. I haven't even done any of the magnetic relay BS. So, like, this can just go unhinged, I think. I kind of feel like it probably should start on cooldown, is my opinion on the balance on this, but, fair enough, I guess. Anyway, I think I've talked enough. This run is like 2 hours long. I'm going to let it go. Incredible work. We're back, y'all. I can't promise how frequent the videos will be, but the DLC's out. We have Slay the Spire 2 on the horizon. I'm very excited to at least record something. My voice held out pretty well. I only had to mute, I think, 6 times. So we're at least, I feel like I could at least record this and not burn my entire voice out. So that's exciting. And yeah, well done. Welcome back, y'all. So, hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can, like the video if you want. You can subscribe if you want to. And have a good one, all right? Take care, y'all.